What's happening, everyone? This is Pastor Travis with your announcements for the Fort Myers Seventh-day Adventist Church this week. Our first announcement is to remind you that if you haven't already joined us for one of our 10 days of prayer sessions, that it is not too late to join us. We are going to be meeting directly after church today, and we want to encourage you to come down to the front right after our worship service and to continue praying with us through this coming week, because we'll be finishing up our 10 days of prayer on Friday. And then Friday night, we're going to have a worship service here at the church. And we are going to not only close out our 10 days of prayer, but we're going to have an orientation with Pastor Richie Halverson as he prepares us for The Darkness Shall Not Overcome, which will begin on Saturday night next week, the 13th. And so I really want to encourage you today to register for this event if you haven't done so already. If you're planning to attend, we really need you to register so that we can get an idea of how many people to expect. Also, it is something that will benefit you because everyone who attends the meeting will be receiving a gift. And so I'm sure you're not going to miss out on that. So starting on the 13th next week, every night at 7:15, we are going to be having Pastor Richie Halverson here, and it will go all the way through the 20th, Sabbath morning. So this is a great time to renew your own walk with God through the Word of God, and also to invite a friend as well. So we still have cards available out in the lobby. You can take a handful and invite people that you know. Obviously, that's going to be more impressive than people you don't know. But whatever the case, we encourage you to share and be a part of this upcoming evangelism event. Our next announcement has to do with our Outreach Sabbath. We are looking forward to concluding our evangelistic series with a fellowship meal on the 20th. And then right after lunch, we will go out to downtown Fort Myers again. And it has been something we've been doing every month since September. And so I want to encourage you to plan for that even now. That'll be coming up here in a couple of weeks. So please mark your calendars for Outreach on January 20th. All right, and our next announcement has to do with our Digital Missions Lab. We will be hosting for the entire Florida Conference a Digital Missions Weekend, February 2 through 4. It is a free event, but you need to register if you want to be a part of it. We are going to be training people on how to share their faith digitally, and there are going to be lots of different speakers here. Lots of ways for you to get involved if it's something that you've been curious about. We want to encourage you to engage in this training because it's not just theory. We are going to have practical workshops where you get to go one-on-one with some of these practitioners who are already sharing their faith effectively online. And it's a great way to give you something positive to do with your social media. You know, a lot of times we spend most of our time consuming it, but we want to also be salt and light there as well. So please consider registering for the Digital Missions Lab and letting other people know about it, because this is a very rare and special event that doesn't happen everywhere, but we are blessed to be able to host it right here in our church, February 2 through 4. And our last announcement today is just to let you know that we are already looking forward to Mission Trip 2025. We are looking at going to Africa at this point, probably sometime in the spring of 2025. So if that is something that you are interested in, we are looking at Zambia, possibly Kenya, and it will be a 2-week commitment. And there'll be fundraising that we need to work on. But if that's something you think you might be interested in, let me know, because I want to begin gathering interest to see how many people would be interested in doing this trip, because probably in a few months we're going to organize and officially have some meetings to prepare. But for now, just let me know, just something to keep on your radar. And we want you to know that this church cares about mission, and we want to involve you in mission, whether it's digital missions or going downtown Fort Myers or going internationally. There's so many different ways that we can share our faith, and we want you to participate in the way that God is leading in your life. All right, well, that is some of what's happening at the Fort Myers Seventh-day Adventist Church this week. But if you want to know everything going on, let me encourage you to check out our link tree. Our link tree, you will find all the information you need to stay connected to us. Also, at this time, we have a text option where you can opt into receiving our text messages for upcoming events. So just text join to the number up on the screen right now if that's something you would like to opt into. And it's a convenient way to stay up to date with what's going on here at the church. So thank you for being a part of our church family. Thank you for worshiping with us today, whether you're here in person or online. We appreciate you. Happy New Year.